I used to be fat, and that's putting it politely. At the age of 22, I was 330 pounds, and I was 5'10". Now, at the age of 25, I'm a little bit taller. I'm about 5'11" now, and I weigh 220 pounds. This is a story about how I lost over 100 pounds. I'm going to break this video up into chapters so you can skip ahead to the part that you're looking for if you need some help. I hope I'm able to help anybody on this journey lose weight and give you the confidence to give it a go. To start this story off, I was 22 and I had a bad drinking habit. I was drinking over a 30-pack of beer every week, and not to mention I had a really bad eating habit. I would eat a bag of pizza rolls and a box of Velveeta by myself as a snack. A week before I decided to change my life, I had a yearly doctor checkup. My girlfriend went with me at the time, and I had to get myself weighed. I tried to stand in front of the scale to hide the weight, but it didn't matter because the doctor said my weight out loud, and that was 330 pounds. I was extremely embarrassed, but luckily my girlfriend didn't say anything, and now she's my wife, so I guess she didn't really care that much, but it was extremely embarrassing. A few days after that, I was walking up the steps in our apartment, and at the top of the steps, I was extremely winded, and I could barely hold a conversation at the top of the steps after walking up. This was a pretty big wake-up call to me, and it started weighing on me heavy as I was thinking about it. I was 22 and I couldn't even walk up steps. That night I was catching up on some YouTube, and I was watching a video from PewDiePie, one of my favorite creators at the time. I was catching up on that video, and it was very out of the norm for something he would post. It was a fitness video. I sat there and watched the video, and he discussed his bad drinking habits and how he's going to change his life moving forward by going to the gym and being more active. This was the catalyst I needed to turn my life around. So at that point on, I was going to change my life and get rid of the bad habits that I had. So I got rid of all the alcohol in the house, and the next day I started my journey. Sorry if I sound a little bit weird here, guys. I'm just getting over a sickness. But on to the part of the story that really matters, and that's how I actually lost the weight. Let's hop into this journey. The first step in this journey was to start walking around the block. For reference, this block I would walk around was 2,000 feet, not very big, and had a little bit of a hill. Well, day one started, and I took this walk with my girlfriend, and I got halfway through and I could barely breathe. I had to stop and take a break. This was extremely embarrassing for me because my girlfriend thought I was joking about having trouble walking this, but I definitely was not. I was out of breath and my legs were in extreme pain. I was having really bad shin pain as well. Finally made it back to the house on our first walk. I had to sit down for 30 minutes to catch my breath and to get the weight off my legs because they were in extreme pain. That 2,000 feet walk felt like a 20-mile hike to me. That was extremely hard, and it was the first step. The reason why I'm going into such detail about this is because you have to start small. No matter where you're at on your journey, you have to start small and slowly work your way up. You may not even be able to do that, but it's all about the little steps and slowly progressing every day. So if you're just starting out on this journey, I understand what you're going through, and just remember, something is better than nothing. I did this walk daily for 2 weeks, and to my surprise, it became easier. I no longer had to stop for a break halfway through. I was moving faster, and my legs stopped hurting. At this time, I had a basic understanding of nutrition, that meaning I knew high calories was a bad thing. So I was only eating low-calorie food. This resulted in me only eating about 12,000 calories a day, which I do not recommend this approach, but I was uneducated at the time. After another week of daily walking, it turned into a daily jog. At this point, I needed to step it up, and I decided to look at a local gym. I ended up getting a membership there, and I do not regret it at all. This was the best choice I've ever made in my whole life. I had no idea what I was doing at the gym, and I expected this. I would warm up on a treadmill and then bounce around to different machines with no rhyme or reason of what I was doing. As I looked around, I saw other gym goers there. They all had a plan. They looked very strategic with what they were doing, and I knew that I was going to have to step up my game and start really understanding what I was doing. So after the first day at the gym, I was pretty sore, but I went home and used a great tool called YouTube, and I started searching up workout routines, information on exercising, information on nutrition. I sat there and I binge watched all kinds of videos to gather all the information that I needed. So after a night of binging on YouTube, I was considered an expert. Some of the videos that really helped me were from Greg Doucette, Jeff Nippard, and Will Tennyson. They're great creators and they have great information on there. Equipped with my new knowledge, I had to sit down and make a plan now. But before I could do that, I had to hop on Amazon and order a few key things for this plan. A handful of things I ordered on Amazon were pretty critical to my plan. That included a scale for myself, a scale for weighing food, wireless headphones, a water bottle, tennis shoes. I also added an app on my phone called MyFitnessPal for tracking my food. After I received my new tools in the mail, I weighed myself, and to my surprise, I was down to 310 pounds. This was the spark I really needed to light that flame to show me that I could really lose weight if I put my mind to it. So now that I had these tools, I could sit down and make a plan, and this is basically the same plan I follow to this day. I'm gonna break that down for you now. The plan I built for myself was a focus on power building. That is a mix between powerlifting and bodybuilding. And that was a good mix for me because I wanted the strength, but I also wanted to look pretty good as well. If that makes no sense to you, I understand. I'll answer any questions down in the comments, but basically you're mixing low rep, high weight training and high rep, low weight training, and that gives you muscle definition along with good strength. In my plan, I'm not going to go into extreme detail because this is already going to be a pretty long video, but if this video does well and I see people are liking fitness content, I will go a little bit more in depth on what exercises I was doing. The plan is basically laid out like this. I would go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, and I would break it up like this. Day 1 would be chest and shoulders, day 2 would be back and biceps, day 3 would be legs and triceps. I would then rest for 1 or 2 days and then repeat. Looking at cardio during this time, I would do 90 minutes of steady state cardio. Steady state cardio is where you're not sprinting, really exerting yourself, but you're also not walking like a grandma. It's a nice in between there where you're kind of like speed walking or a light jog. To get my 90 minutes, I would start off every gym day with a 5-minute warm-up, doing steady state cardio, and then I would end the gym session doing the same thing. This would end up providing 50 minutes out of my 90 minutes that I needed at the end of the week. Onto the diet, I used MyFitnessPal to correctly determine what I needed to do to lose weight the right way. I set my calories at 2,000 and I divided them up with 40% of those going towards carbs, 30% to protein, and 30% to fat. I found this to be the best solution to me as I do really enjoy my carbs. I did this routine for 6 weeks and I was extremely happy. As the weight started to come off of me, I became more confident in my everyday life and I just felt better and I was happier. At this point, I was getting stronger in the gym. I could see myself getting stronger every day I was in there, and I was down to 270 pounds and it felt great. At this point, I was spending a lot of times outdoors going on walks and hikes with my girlfriend, and I was becoming really active. All my bad habits I had before, drinking and playing video games, slowly disappeared and I was placing them with outside activities. On to one of my favorite hobbies I've ever found, mountain biking. I ended up buying a mountain bike and riding it around town, using this as my daily cardio instead of doing the daily walks. This was a big step for me and a big turning point because I found a form of cardio that I love. But it wasn't easy, just like the walking thing. I was using muscles that I've never really used before. So my mountain biking experience around town was the same way I did walking. I would slowly go harder and further every time I would mountain bike. So at the end of it, I was doing 10 plus miles, but it definitely did not start that way. I actually started just going around the block as I did with my walks. I continued my normal routine, but with the added mountain biking tool in my tool set to diet. I continue my routine of going to the gym, following my diet, now mountain biking, and going on mountain biking trips on my rest days. I did this for about 8 weeks. Around week 8, I ended up weighing myself and I was 247 pounds and it blew my mind. I haven't been under 250 pounds since 8th grade, so it was crazy to think that I could actually lose that much weight. I became very active and was spending a lot of time outdoors, and I even started camping too. I continued this journey with me spending a lot of time outdoors, enjoying all my new hobbies I found. This added to me being very active outside of the gym as well as inside the gym, where I was now hiking with my girlfriend, going on mountain biking with my girlfriend because she got a bike as well. We were spending a lot of this time together and falling in love with the outdoors. A few more weeks passed and I was down to 227 pounds with the goal weight being 200. I was having such good luck with me losing weight that I ended up moving the goal weight to 200 in this time period. At 227 pounds, I've put a lot of muscle on since I first started this journey, and I was feeling great. I was very strong in the gym and I was all around feeling amazing. As I continued to push my body down to 200 pounds, I got to 211 pounds at my lowest. At this weight, I was feeling not as good. I was losing strength in the gym and I was running out of energy to do all my hobbies I had. I was finding out that my body just couldn't keep up to what I was putting it to at this weight, at the calories I was taking in. Unfortunately, I think this is about a limit of the weight I would like to lose, as I have dipped a little bit lower since then to 207, but I just end up feeling really bad. So my happy point is between 210 pounds and 220, and that's basically where I stick at nowadays because my body just does not like to go any lower. This whole life-changing journey of going from 330 pounds down to 211 took about 16 months, but don't let this discourage you, as time doesn't matter. Fitness is not a race, it's a marathon, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to achieve a goal. As long as you're slowly working towards that goal, it does not matter how long it takes you. Everybody is different. As you guys can tell, I am not a fitness model by any standard. I do not have abs and I will never have abs. I'm not that guy and my body just isn't built for it. And that's okay. Not everybody is going to be lean and have abs. Everyone is built different. But I hope this video helps anybody in a similar situation trying to better themselves. It can be hard and it's extremely difficult to figure out where to start. If this video helped you in any way, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is a new channel apart from my other YouTube channel. On this channel, I'm going to be talking about my other passions that don't belong on my main channel. I can answer answer any questions in the comments, or if this video gets a lot of attention, I will focus a little bit more on fitness and share all the information I have with you guys to help you all better yourselves. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.